C.2 Functions with Timeout. In this video, we will learn a very interesting JavaScript feature, timeout feature. Here, from its name, you can understand the way we use this feature. When you call a JavaScript function, if you use this timeout feature, you do not call that function immediately. So you make the calling environment pause for certain amount of time. So you can set how long to wait, certain amount of time. After that time period, then this particular function is called. So in that way, you can see many interesting, dynamic, animated, because most of the time there is some animation related features can be implemented using this timeout feature. In this part, I provide you several simple examples. So you can see how to use this special feature in a simple way. All right, so let's start. First, the general syntax. Here, window set timeout method. It is Windows method. That window object, right? Window object. DOM, D-O-M, document object model. That concept. So we will learn it in the next module. DOM module. In DOM environment, window, this object is at the top, very top. Remember, we call it global. So that is the global variable. All right, so we start with the window from the very top. Then the set timeout function is from that under that window. But we know, because that is that global object, variable object, we do not have to write it, right? So you can see when we call the set timeout function, we do not need to write that window. All right. The set timeout method calls a function or evaluate an expression. Another option is we do not call a function, we just evaluate certain expression. Another case, we can use this method. After a specified number of milliseconds, that's the time units used for this set timeout method. All right, look at the example. Display text.html. So you can find this example in the zip file I provide you. It's very simple. First, we use the variable x to store the object. What object? Document.getElementById. We get that element by ID, txt. So that element as an object is stored in this x variable. All right, now we can call the set timeout method. How do we call it? The first parameter, a function expression, right? Anonymous function expression. The concept we learned in C.1, function, parenthesis, then curly braces, you define this anonymous function expression. X.value. X, the object representing the element, right? You access, right? You are accessing x.value, then you assign that value. String, double quotes, 2 seconds. All right, Yeah, just some string showing some simple information. Then how long delay? The time to be delayed, 2,000 milliseconds, 2 seconds. Okay, yeah. Similarly, the second line, third line, yeah. So you use this method to call a few times. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah. Here, let me provide you the general syntax for this method, set timeout. Yeah. All right. The first parameter, the function you want to call, yeah, the function name, yeah, or a function expression, yeah. If you don't have the function name, the function expression, right? Otherwise, you provide a function name to it, right? Yeah. Later you will see, yeah. Sometimes if our function is pretty long, then definitely we cannot copy the whole function definition as our first parameter. So we want to pass the function name to it. Yeah. Second, the number of milliseconds. Now, how many milliseconds you want to delay before you call this function. All right. Then after that, you have a chance to pass certain number of parameters to this function. Because the first parameter, you do not have a chance to take parameters, right? Arguments, arguments or parameters. Yeah. You do not have a chance to pass that. Yeah. So then you have a way to pass certain number of parameters. Yeah. Let us look at this usage. Yeah. All right. Example. Yeah. In this one, yeah, display text, the first parameter element. It's an object, right? Object element. Yeah. So you need to get that element object. Then txt, the text you want to assign as the value of that object. All right. Yeah. Then you call timed text function. You define time the text function in this way. First, you get that element object first, then now you call set timeout, right? Yeah. First, function name. Yeah. Function name. Yeah. Here the function name. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Number of milliseconds. All right. Then parameter 1. So what parameter? This x, the first parameter, element, object. Parameter 2, a string, the text, the second parameter of the function. Yeah. Yeah. So you can see that is the way you can call this set timeout method. Yeah. Pretty straightforward, right? Yeah. As a result, the output you will see like that. Okay, yeah. So when it is called, yeah, waiting 2 seconds, then you see 2 seconds. All right. Next, waiting 4 seconds, then you see 4 seconds. Yeah. The third time, after 6 seconds, you see 6 seconds. That simple. Okay, yeah, just that simple. Yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah. So probably you click this button, right? Display time. So this button calling that timed text function. Yeah, you click it. So there you see, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, then 6 seconds. That simple. All right. Yeah. All right. Next. Yeah, part 2, yeah, so we have some more examples, ways to use this function. So this time, yeah, we pop window, yeah, so we show the window pop, and then we can set timeout, right? Then we close the window. So pop when gone. Yeah. So this is a simple example. Yeah. It's pretty simple. So you create an open when function. Yeah. All right. So this time we need to use window.open method. Window.open method. Yeah. The syntax we will see later. Yeah. All right. So you call window.open in this way. You assign it to a variable my window. Now, my window, this variable, you want to call that function in that way. All right. Yeah. So then my window dot document dot write. Yeah, because you have a window, right? This variable, because you assign a window to it. Yeah, it's a window object, right? So this window object you can call document dot write. So you can write some message in this window. How about that, right? Yeah, you open a window, you write a message in this window. Yeah, all right. Then set timeout. Yeah, because you want that window pop up, display a message. Then after 3 seconds, it disappears. That's what you want, right? All right, so set timeout. All right, function, in this function expression, then you call myWindow.close. The window object, close it. Close method, you close this window after 3 seconds. After this window is displayed for 3 seconds, you close it. Yep, that's simple. All right, look at the syntax. The syntax, yeah. Window.open. All right, yeah, open this method. The first one is the URL. When you open this window, what URL do you want to display? Right? What URL do you want to display? Yeah. Here, nothing. Here in this example, we do not want to display any URL. Yeah. We just want to display our own message. Right? Yeah. So then the function name. So my window. Oh, yeah. So the name. Yeah. So not a function name. So yeah, because we want to provide a name to this window. Right? Window name. Yeah, not function name. Window name. Okay. We want to provide a name for this window. The window name. Yeah. All right. Then specs. Right? Specs. What's the specs? Width and height. Number of pixels, width and height. So that's the specs part. All right. Yeah. After that, replace. Well, you want to specify when you display this window. Do you want to create a new window or replace the old window? Right? Yeah. So true or false. Replace or not. Right? Yeah. The default, you pop up a window. That's the default behavior. You do not replace. The default. And here we do not specify it, so we use the default value. Yeah. So we want to open a new window after 3 seconds, then it disappears. So that's the behavior we want to have. Yeah. All right. So next example, digital clock.html. All right. Here we want to display a digital clock. Yeah. So we can use this set timeout to display digital clock easily. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look. Yeah. So that's the definition of the function. Yeah. All right. So here the main function, start time function. All right. Then there is a supporting function, only doing one simple feature there. Yeah. So we will see that quickly. Yeah. First, we get current time. Today, new date object. Yeah. So we get that current date object. Yeah. Then we get the hour number, minute number, and a second number. Yeah, in 3 variables, H, M, and S. Yeah. After that, we need to do some conversion. Yeah. Because we want to make the minute number and a second number 2-digit expression. If it is less than 10, we add a 0 in front of it. Yeah, so that's pretty easy. Yeah, after that, then we are ready to display the current time. All right. How to display the display line? We choose some element, display element. Yeah, certain element. Okay. Then its display area, inner HTML, that part. The format we display in this way: hour number, colon, minute number, colon, and the second number. That's simple. Then we need to keep updating the current time, right? How do we keep updating the time? Very simple. Here we call set timeout method, then the function expression called the start time recursively. Yeah, but when we call, we wait 500 milliseconds, so that is half a second. Every half a second we update the current time. How about that? Yeah. Every half second, not a 1 second, half second. Yeah. Because in this way we do a little more than necessary. We try to make the current time display more precise. That is the purpose. Yeah. So we do some redundant or extra work to make sure we display the current time more precisely. Yeah. All right. So that is the digital clock example. Yeah. Then show temporary error message. Yeah. So this example, yeah, also pretty simple feature. Display error message disappear after 3 seconds. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. Very simple feature. Yeah. All right. So you can play around this example. Yeah. Here, the code part, we have a error message display element. Yeah. This is the display element in red color, the font color red. Yeah. Then we have defined 2 functions. The first function, we display the message. The second function, we remove the message. All right? Yeah, but the first function, we use the set timeout to call the remove message function after 3 seconds. That's simple. Okay? Yeah, how simple it is. Yeah. All right. So then the result, all right, so when you start, you see, something like that. Then show error message, you click this button, show error message, you call this function, show temp message. So this temp error, yeah, temporary error message display in red font. Yeah. After 3 seconds, the error message disappears. So you see this view. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you can see it's pretty simple. All right. The last example, image slideshow. Yeah. This one, you have a slideshow using a sequence of images. Then you play the music. So when you show the slideshow, so there is a music. You play it. All right? Yeah. So let's look at that. Yeah. All right. So here, you just run the Alaska slides.html file. Yeah. So the JavaScript part, main JavaScript part, you can see we need an array. Here we use JavaScript array, new array parenthesis constructor, so we can get an array object. Yeah. Title, we also want array to store the titles of all the images. Yeah, 2 arrays. Yeah. So then we assign values to that image slide array. Yeah. So there are 8 images. Yeah. Here I do not need to write all of them. I just show you the first 2. Then title, 8 titles. I just show you the first 2. Yeah. Then the HTML display area. Yeah. So the HTML, you have a display area, right? Body element unload, then you call start function. Unload, when the page is loaded, after the page is loaded, okay, you call this function. Start time, okay, yeah. Later we see the definition of that. So then the title display area, yeah, slide title, then the image element. Now, image element at the beginning, the source part is empty. Yeah, the source part is empty. Yeah, but this start time will set the source value. Okay, yeah, yeah. Then music play. There is a music play bar. Yeah, yeah. So we provided music file here. Yeah. All right. Then let's look at set time function. Yeah. So we get the image element, then the source src, then array. What image URL we set based on that array value? Yeah. We assign to that array appropriate image file values. Yeah, here we use these values. The second one, title, yeah, inner HTML, the title array value. Yeah. Array index, every time we add 1 to that array index. But when that number reaches 8, we change it to 0. Yeah. Come back from the beginning. Index 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. As soon as it reaches 8, yeah, go back to 0. Yeah. Then set timeout, start time, the function name. Yeah, look at this. The function name, start time, the function, all right, after 3 seconds. Yeah. Then you will see, Yeah, so you can run that example. Yeah. All right, so that's all we have for C.2. Yeah.